So gosh dang, it's been a hot minute since I've sat down, just me and my boy Chuck, recording a video in front of a camera. Why? I really don't know. I sat down and now I realize it's probably been a few months since I've actually recorded a video. Just me, the camera, Chuck, and you guys. But here we are today, as I thought it would be interesting to give my top 10 exciting teams to use for your Madden 20 franchise. With Madden 20 being, what was it, like 2 weeks away? God dang, I have two series that I have to finish in less than 2 weeks. I have to finish the Reject series and my Road to Glory series, so that's not good. That's definitely not good, and you heard my voice crack as I went to go say that statement. That just shows you how scared I am. That's a lot of stuff I had to do in 2 weeks, but you're not here for that. What you're here for is my opinion on the top 10 most exciting teams to use for your Madden 20 franchise. First of all, obviously, I do have to say that this video is completely opinionated. It's all my opinion. You probably disagree with it, so I want you to let me know in the comment section below what team you're going to use for your first franchise that you play in Madden 20. Like, am I gonna actually do a franchise series for Madden 20? I have no idea what my plans are. I normally have plans on what I'm gonna do going into the next game, and I have no idea. My brain, I don't know if I've lost IQ points, as you've probably seen throughout my videos the past few months, but I think I did. I don't know what happened, but I did. As I always say, don't ask questions. And the premise that this top 10 is gonna be made on is the sole fact of what teams I believe would be the most fun to use for franchise mode. Rather it be the moves they made in the offseason, the players that they drafted, rather it be a big rebuilding project, rather that team just making for an interesting story. Whatever reason I think makes each and every one of these teams an exciting team to use for your first Madden 20 franchise. With that said, number 10, the New England Patriots. The reason the Patriots are higher is because obviously it's not much of a rebuilding project with them coming off a Super Bowl win, but it's always fun to try to go back to back, and obviously they have some fun pieces. But at the same time, it's going to be an interesting story to use them for your franchise mode, because if you don't win in year one, more than likely with how Madden is, Tom Brady is going to retire after the first season, so you're going to more than likely have to find a new quarterback to replace Tom Brady, rather it be a quarterback that you draft or you go out and trade or sign a free agent. So that would be really fun to do, rebuilding the Patriots after Tom Brady. And also, it's going to be fun off the get-go trying to replace Rob Gronkowski, and with their first round draft pick, N'Keal Harry, Tom Brady actually having a legitimate weapon at the wide receiver position. You'll be able to see how good that QB wide receiver combo is between arguably the greatest quarterback of all time in the history of the sport and a first round draft pick. So Patriots, although it's not necessarily a rebuilding project, there's some storylines behind this team that will make them a fun team to use in Madden 20. Number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs. Once again, obviously not a rebuilding project, but I told you the reason some of these teams are on the list is just based on the excitement going into this game and what players will be fun to use. And pretty much the sole reason that the Chiefs are on here is because Patrick Mahomes, a young quarterback coming off an MVP season. And with the new mechanics in Madden 20, with a whole new, what are they even freaking called, dude? What are they called? It freaking is X Factors. That's what I was looking for. X Factor ability. He's the only quarterback in this game that's going to be able to throw the ball 80 yards, and he has all these other features. And with X Factors being a whole new thing into Madden 20, having a player that has the most X Factor abilities, and also like the Chiefs having so many talented players around Patrick Mahomes, with them kind of completely rebuilding their defense, you probably also could add some weapons on that defense to make them even better. It's a team that is this close to competing for a Super Bowl trophy. Once again, just because of all the weapons in Patrick Mahomes, I feel like that will be a really fun team to use for Madden 20. Number 8, the Green Bay Packers. And the reason I have them on there is because the Packers are coming off one of the worst seasons in a really long time. Was it a 6-9-1 season last year? And that's not necessarily what the Packers do. With Aaron Rodgers, they're a team, once again, that would be so fun to rebuild. It's a team that, with Aaron Rodgers being the centerpiece of this franchise, they'd be fun to rebuild, and they're a rebuilding project that would only have to take you maybe 1 or 2 seasons. If you're somebody that loves trading, you probably could just trade some players the first season and go ahead and bring them from a 6-9-1 season to maybe even competing for a Super Bowl. But just because it's the Packers coming off an off season, you have the chance to rebuild them back to what they're supposed to be with Aaron Rodgers. I believe they'd be an extremely fun team to use for your Madden 20 franchise. Number 7, the Denver Broncos. Once again, another team I feel like would be extremely fun to rebuild. Once again, another team that's not that far away from being able to compete at the highest level. I mean, their offense, it sucks. It's not the greatest one, but defense has so many weapons. You have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb on the same exact defensive line. So defense, you're pretty much already set. Maybe a few positions you could upgrade at. But especially at the quarterback position, you'd have to make the decision whether or not you want to start Joe Flacco or Drew Lock. And no one would make people have fun on Madden. More than likely, 95% of you, if you use the Broncos, are going to start Drew Lock because he's a rookie. But what I've noticed as a YouTuber over the years, like, people obviously love playing with the rookies. And with this being a list of teams that you would have fun playing with, obviously having a rookie at the quarterback position would be a huge factor in some of you enjoying the franchise that you do play. So with the Broncos being a rebuilding project and with their defense already being stacked, having a rookie at the quarterback position, Philip Lindsay, also another young player at the running back position. With all the young talent they have and all the veterans on defense, once again, another team I feel like you'd have a lot of fun with to play on your Madden 20 franchise. Now, this is where the list started to get kind of tough for me, but at number 6, I did put the New York Jets, another team that made some pretty big moves in this offseason. Obviously, most notably signing Le'Veon Bell. So it would be fun, obviously, to see him play with Le'Veon Bell in a uniform that's not a Steelers uniform. Once again, the young quarterback factor as well. You have Sam Darnold, who had a pretty decent rookie season, you could say. And once again, as we all know, everybody loves playing with a young quarterback. So with the addition of Le'Veon Bell, Sam Darnold, the young quarterback, and it's also another team that could take a couple seasons to rebuild. I know a lot of people don't like just jumping into a franchise and being able to win every game because the team's already too good. So that's why there's not that many already really talented and good teams on this list. And also, you might think this is a stupid reason, but I promise you it'll probably be a big reason that a lot of people play with the Jets early on. That's because they have new uniforms. And as I said, you might think it's stupid, but I guarantee you, a lot of people play with the Jets day one just to see what those uniforms look like in Madden 20. So with that, Jets at number 6 and straight into number 5 and not even leaving the Jets stadium. The New York Giants have them at number 5 because they are so bad. They're so freaking bad. And they're a team that you could spend a couple seasons rebuilding and taking them from where they are now to possibly in 2 or 3 seasons. Maybe in the first season, I don't know. You might be a wizard. To a Super Bowl contender. Once again, it's an extremely bad team that did make some improvements in the offseason. Saquon Barkley at the running back position, arguably the best running back in the league. I mean, that's a bold statement. He even has a chance, though, in the second season to become pretty much unanimously the best running back in the NFL. So you have him at your disposal. Then you have the whole quarterback situation. Daniel Jones. Like, that's just sad. If you guys haven't seen, I'm sure you probably already know, he was the 6th overall draft pick. And he comes in to Madden 20 rated as a 64, no, he's a 63 overall. He's lower overall than an undrafted quarterback. So that would be fun to see how you develop Daniel Jones. You have to see whether you start Eli Manning once again, with it being the whole rookie thing. I'm sure most of you would start Daniel Jones, although he does suck. So it'd be interesting to see what you do with that. So once again, another team that made a ton of moves in the offseason, see how you can fill the void of Odell Beckham Jr. leaving town to Cleveland. Once again, New York Giants, another team I feel like would be a ton of fun to use for your Madden 20 franchise. Now, number 4, the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is going to be short and simple. It's just because they are not good. They are bad. Probably, I would be willing to bet money going to be the lowest overall team going into Madden 20, and that's simply it. Also, Josh Rosen coming over from the Cardinals. I just feel like the Dolphins will be a fun rebuild. So a lot of people like taking bad teams and turning them into good teams. That's the only reason they're on this list, because they were probably going to take the biggest rebuilding project out of every team in Madden 20. And now the top 3 was even harder for me to place. Number 3, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Once again, it's a very short answer. Well, actually, it's 2 answers, 2 parts to this answer. Kyler Murray, and because they had the worst record in the NFL last year. That's simply the only 2 answers. Obviously, most people are going to want to play with Kyler Murray, the number 1 overall draft pick in this prior NFL draft. He only comes in at 73 overall, but he is the highest rated rookie quarterback. And once again, I already mentioned the whole entire rookie factor and how people really find playing with rookies enjoyable. So potentially turning the team from the worst record in the NFL to one of the best in the next few years with the number 1 overall draft pick that could develop into the 90s overall wise, although I have no idea how it's going to work with him being a 73. But still, one of the reasons I feel like the Cardinals are one of the top 3 most exciting teams to use for your Madden 20 franchise. Number 2 was a tough one, but here are the Baltimore Ravens. And why? Because of the young talent. The Ravens are probably going to be one of the most fun teams to watch. Are they going to be a good team next year? I have no idea, but I feel like they're going to be one of the most fun regardless. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, everybody's going to have their eyes on him going into the season as the undisputed starter. He's going to start all 16 games unless he gets injured, obviously, but he's going to be obviously so fun to watch. They signed Mark Ingram, so they have some talent at the running back position now. Also, of course, Hollywood Brown as their first round draft pick, the fastest player more than likely. I think he actually is the fastest rookie going into Madden 20 with 97 speed, if I'm not mistaken. We all know Madden players love speed. So speed at the quarterback position with them being young. Speed at the wide receiver position, new weapons on offense. They lost a couple guys on defense. They brought in a couple guys on defense. So you might have to mix and match the defense up, maybe add some players, add some free agents, maybe trade for some players on defense. But the offense for sure should be fun. They also added some other very fast players in the first few rounds of this draft. So some fast rookies on this team. Just based on the pure talent, the Ravens are going to be an extremely fun team to use in Madden 20. And number one, my undisputed most exciting team to use for a Madden 20 franchise, and that is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Just because, dude, it's the Cleveland Browns, a team with such a passionate fan base that's never even made it to a Super Bowl. If you disregard last season, the past 5-10 years have been completely abysmal for this organization, but now they are going to be one of the most exciting teams to watch this upcoming season with all the talent they now do have. Obviously, Odell Beckham Jr., Baker Mayfield, the Rookie of the Year last year. Kareem Hunt was signed, so that's going to be interesting to see. Other weapons everywhere. This team, I mean, it's just going to be the most fun team to use in Madden 20. And being able to take a team that's already have fun players to use and bring them to the first ever Super Bowl and their first ever Super Bowl championship, undisputed, in my opinion, the most exciting team to use in Madden 20. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know who you're going to use in your first Madden 20 franchise in the comment section below. Drop a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't. With that said, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.